welcome in today's video, which I have called I have issues with self-sabotage. When we don't get what we want, it's easy to put the blame on external forces. But if you look back and reflect on your own behaviors, you may realize you played a part in the downfall of one of your plans. You could even say that you sabotaged it. Here are some ways you might self-sabotage consciously or unconsciously every day, and more importantly, how to stop. Why do we get in our own way? Our critical inner voice is formed from our early life experiences. Without realizing it, we tend to internalize attitudes that were directed towards us by parents or influential caretakers throughout our development. For example, if our parents saw us as lazy, we may grow up feeling useless or ineffective. We may then engage in a self-sabotaging thoughts that tell us not to try. For example, why bother? You'll never succeed anyway. You just don't have energy to get anything done. If we grew up with a self-hating parent who often viewed themselves as weak or a failure, we may grow up with similar self-sabotaging attitudes towards ourselves. For instance, if our parents felt critical of their appearance, we may take on similar insecurities without even realizing it. We can't change the past, yet as adults we can identify the self-sabotaging thoughts that we've internalized and consciously choose to act against them. Someone said once somewhere, I read it somewhere, I remember, I think it was Elizabeth Gilbert, you need to learn how to select your thoughts just the same way you select your clothes every day. What a wise conclusion. Here are the 3 most common self-sabotage habits to be aware of. Number 1, negative self-talk, negative thinking. Your inner dialogue is constantly critical. Are you blaming yourself for past mistakes? Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Work to build yourself up. Number 2, perfectionism. You tell yourself you can't take action until the right time, or believe you need to perfect your skills before you move forward. These are forms of self-sabotage. Perfection is an impossible standard that keeps you from moving forward. Number 3, procrastination. Why do we procrastinate? What is going on in the brain that causes us to avoid the things we know we should be doing? The best way to understand this is by imagining that you have 2 selves, your present self and your future self. When you set goals for yourself, like losing weight, you are actually making plans for your future self. You are envisioning what you want your life to be like in the future. When you think about your future self, it is quite easy for your brain to see the value in taking actions with long-term benefits. The future self values long-term rewards. However, while the future self can set goals, only the present self can take action. When the time comes to make a decision, you are no longer making a choice for the future self. Now you are in the present moment and your brain is thinking about the present self. The present self really likes instant gratification, not long-term payoff. The future self wants to be slim and fit, but the present self wants a donut. Sure, everyone knows you should eat healthy today to avoid being overweight. In this video, you learned what self-sabotage is, where it comes from, and what are the self-sabotage habits to be aware of. In the next video, I will talk about how to stop self-sabotage. I have called the video, How Do I Stop Self-Sabotage in 4 Simple Steps. Hugging you. We overestimate what we can do in a week, yet we underestimate what we would achieve in a year. You can learn to understand more about weight loss and healthy living with me. Every Monday and Friday I share a video. On Mondays I talk about weight loss or healthy living to set you up for a healthy week. And on Fridays I share a funny video recipe with you so you can make something extra special for yourself when you have a bit more time during the weekend. Remember, you'll be stuck in a vicious circle in your weight loss journey until you've worked on your emotional problems. Face up to what is really troubling you and get my free weight loss course, Every Woman Should Know. Learn the 3 things you must do to lose weight for good. You can download it now on my website, dariasanetra.com. Everyone doesn't have to believe what I believe, but I want everyone to believe they matter, they have purpose, there is someone who loves them and listens to them and cares for them. I imagine women creating communities that help women feel less lonely in the world, and that would be pretty awesome. With the reach of social media and how easy it is to live in these most amazing times, I actually think that we can do it on a grand scale. Share love, honesty and goodness, and it'll come back to you. If you have a girlfriend, mom or sister who is going through weight loss hardship and is feeling lost, help them now. It's your duty. Bring them, message them and tell them to get the free weight loss course, Every Woman Should Know. You are the outcome of 5 people you spend most time with. Make your healthy circle grow. That way it will be easier for you to stay slim and healthy. Your diet is your bank account. Good choices are good investments. It will be a huge pleasure to have you here on Mondays and Fridays at 11 am, or we can meet now in the free most effective weight loss course you'll ever do. You can download it now on dariasanetra.com. Can't wait to hug you there. Sending love your way.